I think Tonio is good, but he is a 212er. And
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So these mark the last updates for this upcoming New York Pro. And these were both released by Matt Jensen, the coach of these two phenomenal athletes, Nick Walker and Quinton Beastwood. So the physiques of both these guys, they are polar opposite of each other. Quinton Beastwood being the tall guy, who represents that aesthetic look, the guy who has all those classic lines, extremely impressive flow, very good V-taper. While Nick Walker on the other hand represents that pure mass monster look, the guy who has incredible freak factor. And the guy who has some of the most incredible muscle groups out there. For instance, his arms. They are probably one of the best the bodybuilding world has ever seen. So I know most of us are more interested in the men's open bodybuilding. So for all the open bodybuilding fans, the prejudging will start on 12 PM Saturday. Now let's talk about Quinton's update. So first impression, he's absolutely peeled out of his mind, shredded to the bone. I mean, look at those lines on the side of his legs. We see that kind of detail on the likes of Akeem Williams on his side shots. And Akeem Williams has probably one of the best side leg in the business. So Quinton's conditioning will be spot on. And even if we go back and look at his last two contests, the Tampa Pro and Texas Pro, both were in 2022. He was pretty damn shredded in those shows as well. But the thing is, at that time, he lacked the overall mass, the overall density, the overall size. And that is exactly why he took such an extended long off season. So from the moment this picture was taken, Quinton had another 24 hours to fill out his frame. And this already looks better than the same side shots that he posted before leaving Canada. So I believe Quinton will fill up real nicely in the next day or so. But here is the question. Has he put on enough mass? Has he built up enough thickness in the last 1.5 years to beat a guy like Nick Walker? Or even match a guy like Nick Walker or Martin-Fitzwater in the side shots? In my opinion, I don't think so. Especially in comparison to Nick Walker, whose side shots might be even better than the winning Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford. So what do you guys think? Is Quinton gonna be thick enough from the side, as well as from the back, to go up against guys like Martin-Fitzwater, Tonio Burton, and to give Nick Walker a run for the title here at the New York Pro? So the other update that Matt Jensen posted, that was from his biggest client, the former New York Pro champion, Nick Walker. So if you guys remember, the New York Pro 2021 was the first pro win for the mutant Nick Walker. It was only his second pro show, because the first show that he did was Chicago Pro back in 2020. And for those of you guys who do not know, he finished 4th at that show. He went back to the drawing board. He had a very productive offseason, and he shocked everyone at the New York Pro in 2021. So Nick Walker also won the Arnold Classic that same year, and he placed top 5 at his Olympia debut that year. So if we consider 2021 to be Nick Walker's rookie year, that can be easily considered as one of the best rookie year in the bodybuilding books. Now we can talk all we want about the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing and how Nick Walker wasn't that impressive. But the fact is, he has never been off in any of the shows that he did after turning pro. His conditioning has always been spot on. So this is his first show after the Arnold Classic 2023. And the only show that he is gonna do before the Olympia this year. So there is just no way Nick Walker is gonna step on stage not being 100%. 1 week for these guys is enough time to fine-tune things. So I believe the water will be off and the freak factor will be on. For Nick, it isn't just about winning this show. It is about dominating this whole lineup. Because this is what we expect from a guy who has placed top 3 at the Olympia and who considers himself a Mr. Olympia title contender for this year. Next up, we have another update from Tonio Burton, and that is exactly 1 day out of the show, and the guy who is the reigning New York Pro champion. So this is probably gonna be Tonio Burton's all-time best look to the stage. So as great as Tonio looked at the Arnold Brazil, he lacked the separation in his quads. He did not have enough detail in his quads to take down a guy like Rafael Brandao. And Brandao definitely exposed that weakness when these guys were battling it out. So this time for the New York Pro, the leg separation looks massively improved. And we are just 1 day out of the show here. And we already saw his updates, where his quads were all feathered up. And that is something he did not have in Brazil. So Dexter Jackson made the most wild prediction under Tonio's latest update. He announced that Tonio Burton is gonna win the New York Pro in 2024. And that, I have to say, is one wild prediction. Now, I do not see anyone beating Nick Walker here. But if that happens, this is probably gonna be a bigger upset than the Arnold Classic Ohio, when Wesley Weezers was able to beat all the top guys, including Ramon Dino. So Tonio Burton has put his heart and soul into this prep. And if we take a glance at these last few weeks, Tonio Burton as a winning champion, he got disrespected a lot. Because majority of the attention was going either towards Nick Walker or Quinton Beastwood. And a lot of people did not even have him in their top 3 in the predictions for the New York Pro. So Tonio is one of the most amazing talents in the Pro League right now. He was easily the lightest guy on the Olympia stage last year, only 3 pounds above 212 pounds, which was originally Tonio's division. And the way he showed up at the Olympia stage, that was just nuts. So are we witnessing another Dexter Jackson in the making?
So by listening to you right now, this sounds like you think this is just a two-man fight.
I think it will be Nick and I battling for the title, yes.
Yeah,
So Martin-Fitzwater revealed that he ate close to 400 grams of carbs in a span of 3 days while carving up for Detroit Pro. And I think that is absolutely crazy. So he also thinks that this is gonna be a 2-man fight with Nick Walker and him for the title at the New Pro. And the man seems very confident, and he did not even shy away from saying this on camera, that the reigning champion Tonio Burton, that he's just too small standing next to guys like him and Nick Walker.
I'm going to tell you right now, they do not have more detail than me. Neither one of these two are close to me in detail right now. I'm striated top to bottom and everything, and that's going to make a huge factor.
So there is almost a guarantee that Martin here for the New Pro is going to be more shredded, more detailed, because he had an extra 5 more weeks to diet after Detroit Pro. He looks crazy in these last few updates, and he is so confident that he is going to be absolutely skinless here for the New Pro. So let's just hope that Martin doesn't lose all his roundness to his muscles. He doesn't lose the fullness, the pop that he has, while chasing that extra detail, while chasing the extra bit of conditioning. Now I know majority of you guys will agree with me that Nick Walker is going to win this show. All that matters is who becomes the man to push Nick Walker for this win here in about 15 more hours. And Martin 100% believes that he is going to be one of the last men standing. Jon Rosa isn't playing around. He isn't playing around one bit. He literally flew out to Italy to train with his current coach Patrick Tour. And that really shows his commitment. So the judges wanted him to add more muscle. And this is exactly what Jon gonna deliver to the bodybuilding world in 11 weeks time. So this is the first time Jon is making this indirect confirmation that he is doing Tampa Pro, which is gonna be happening in August. The same show that he did last year as well. And he placed second behind Hunter Labrada. And that was the best look of Hunter Labrada that we ever saw. So the Jon that we saw at the Arnold, Ohio, he could have easily won Detroit Pro. He was that good at the prejudging. And all the comparisons that he got by getting this opportunity to stand next to Hadi Choopan, they were career-changing moments for him. Especially his back double biceps. That looks ridiculously detailed. He was shredded top to bottom. And he was the only one rivaling the conditioning of Hadi Choopan on that stage. But unfortunately, he could not hold on to that same look from the prejudging to the finals at the Arnold Classic, Ohio. On top of that, Akeem Williams came back looking like a totally different bodybuilder. But still, his performance at the prejudging was good enough to land him in the 4th place. So it has been now confirmed that Hunter Labrada isn't going to be defending his title at Tampa Pro this year, which means Jon Rosa has a great chance of winning that show and getting his Olympia qualification. So another big name that is rumored that he's going to do that show, that is Brett Wilkin. Now Brett is also a very fierce competitor, and this is going to be his comeback show. So if both Jon and Brett show up 100%, I believe Jon is going to take it. Because pound for pound, Jon is bigger and a thicker guy. So Jon's chances of qualifying for the Olympia this year are looking very high. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.